Yellow, everybody. So I just wanted to do a little quick post or announcement. So I've had quite a few comments and questions about vapor polishing. If you're not familiar with it, vapor polishing is another technique for achieving a UV coat type result. But instead of actually putting a UV coating on, what you do is you take a container that is lined with acetone, you cover it, and those fumes, essentially, people talk about it leaving a coating, but what you're actually doing is melting the outer layer of the plastic so it melts into a fine, like, sheen or glossy finish. So all the little matte bumps melt together into, a glossy finish. So personally, and you can, again, if you watch any other people's tutorials on this, you can literally melt your cube. It's very non-forgiving. Where I talk about this is very user-friendly, that my technique. That is not, from what I've found. And again, the science behind it is acetone. I literally talked about how you can take this off with acetone, but if you go too far, it's going to start wiping the plastic right away off your cube, and you're literally going to just dissolve your cube. And that is essentially what's happening. It's happening just on the outer layer. So this is my personal opinion. I think it's very cool. I think it's very simple and easy, but I think it's very easy also to mess up. There's a reason in like the tutorial I watched, they were like, make sure to turn all your layers and whatnot, and that was because the plastic starts to melt in between them, and you actually need to re-break that. I haven't personally done this yet, so I will do a tutorial on it, and I will show the finished product and my honest opinion about that. I think I'm gonna have to give this a shot. Yeah, I just wanted to put out the information right now as far as the science behind it. Like, just so you guys know, it's not actually coating the cube, it's essentially melting the outside layer so you get a shiny, glossy finish, which is really nice. I'm not putting this down at all, because again, you're gonna get a nice thin layer because it's not actually adding anything. It's just melting that outer layer. But that's also why the whole cube can get, if you, again, the guy said very specific time frames, and he was very good about this. Again, I'm not putting down his technique. He was very good about giving you time frames, letting you know not to overdo that because it can melt your cube. But again, it's essentially, I just want to point out, it's not coating it. It's actually resurfacing. It's changing the surface that's already there. But again, I will do a full video on this when I get the actual. Again, all you need is like a container that's sealed. You need to line it with paper towel, and you need 100% acetone. So once I have all those things, I'll put a video together and do an actual tutorial, and you guys can see the finished product, and we'll do a comparison, UV coating versus vapor polish. But for now, I just wanted to kind of explain the science behind it, because I feel like a lot of people, everyone in the comments was like, this is so easy and this is so simple, and it is, and it really gives you a nice finish, but it also can do some serious damage. So I just wanted to like put that public service announcement out there. If you guys have any more questions about the science behind UV coating, vapor polishing, any of that, please let me know. I'm happy to answer it. Again, we have our giveaway going on. This is our UV coated cube. And again, this is why I was very curious. Ooh, look at that. Very curious about this topic, because obviously this is something that I partake in. And again, the brand I use is specifically used because it leaves such a thin coating on, and it doesn't add a lot of weight, or it doesn't change the look. You can see it's still very square. It's not like pillowed or inflated. So yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little post about vapor polishing. Like I said, I'm gonna research more and also attempt the actual process, and I'll document that for you. But I just wanted you guys to kind of have the full story on what's going on. Again, acetone will absolutely dissolve plastics. I mean, it says it right on there. If you look up, if you Google it or anything, it'll say exactly what it's doing. It's melting the outer layer, and that's why you can only do it for 20. Like he was using a 10 by 10 in this video, and he did it for 20 minutes. So depending on the cube size is how long you leave it in there. And again, you could literally, if you just forgot for 10 minutes or something, or got busy, you could melt a whole cube. And that's why it's very cool. You just got to really pay attention, and very attention to detail. Don't rush it. Don't forget about it either. Just stay present in the moment if you're going to do it, and give it your full attention, because I would hate for people to destroy some cubes off of a cool DIY project. But I think it can work out great. Sorry, my hands. But I would like to try it myself before I go out and just recommend it to everyone. But yeah, I think that it could be a viable option. I just wanted to point out that it's not as like just safe and simple as everyone was like, oh, this is so easy and this is so straightforward. And I'm like, it is, but again, you could literally, if you got a phone call or went outside for a minute or something, I mean, you could come back and, because he said in the video, when you take the lid off the container and pull the cube out, the surface is malleable. He said it can get scratched. It's like soft and squishy. That was the first thing. I'm like, okay, well, that's because your plastic is like literally melting. I mean, you're pretty much like on the border of that plastic deforming and getting deformation of the cube and it not performing right. And that's why I was like, ooh, this is like really risky. You just really got to nail that timing. And I think that part of the thing that he pointed out, but I want to stress, is that I feel like it's almost better to do shorter times and do, maybe it's like start off with a few minutes and then do another few minutes and another few minutes. I don't think that can hurt. I think it would be better to do it in short bursts rather than do just like a 20-minute and come back and your cube's dissolved inside the tin. But yeah, that's my ramble about vapor polishing. Like I said, I'm going to do more on that. Also, I just wanted to announce, I should have done this at the beginning, but I'm going to be starting to do more live streaming. We did our first live stream last night. Went into like 1:30 in the morning or something like that, so it went real late. But I think what we're going to do is like Saturday afternoons, so that way it's before people get too busy for the weekend and whatnot, and hopefully try and give us a time when people can check in. So like Saturday afternoons, I'm thinking, and like maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday evenings when people are off work and have the time. Again, I want to give you a chance when you can actually participate. If you guys have any times also that you prefer, leave them in the comments. Like some people actually in the live stream were like, oh, I'm at work right now and I just have you playing in the background. And so some people might prefer for it to happen while they're at work. So if there's any times out there that work for you guys, let me know, because I'm pretty much just trying to make a schedule so that you guys can know when we're going to be live streaming and whatnot, because I would love your guys' participation. So thank you guys. Thank you for listening to my rant. If you've made it to the end, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.